3-0 to Fnatic, and that is the nail in the coffin if you're an EG fan.
For Evil Geniuses, you can see what it means. Nameless, a player who, as I mentioned earlier, runner-up in 2014. He's no stranger to the big stage.
You know, there is a lot on the line here for Patrick Price. He's taking shots again. Oh my God! Oh my goodness! He's
gonna get it.
He just says, take a seat.
What a play out of Nameless.
Oh, Ace finds and picks up the kill. Ace with the 1v2 clutch.
So after the Call of Duty Championship for Infinite Warfare, I didn't get the placing that I was looking for. Neither did my team. My team was myself, Attach, Zuma, and Gunless. We kind of made a risky play, like a high risk, high reward type of move to drop Clay for Gunless, hoping that he would help us really elevate our gameplay to winning the championship, which that wasn't the outcome. And so we all kind of had a sour taste in our mouths.
My Cloud9 team had a pretty disappointing finish. I think we got top 16. You know, I kind of knew, you know, that roster was a last minute like hoorah for IW. So I did at the time have plans to continue team with Assault, but I knew that it was an ongoing thing that me and Nameless had been talking, like, hey, like, if we're gonna get a good team, like, we need to team up. Like, it needs to happen. We need to just solidify ourselves as a team of two to kind of just jumpstart that process of everyone being indecisive and not knowing what they want to do.
For me personally, I knew I needed a change. I didn't know exactly what type of change that was. So after the event, there were obviously a lot of rumors going around, and there's a lot of people trying to make moves because, you know, if you didn't win that event, it left a bad taste in your mouth for everyone, not just myself.
Once we heard about the Envy situation, that they were splitting, we were basically like, look, Apathy is like a go-to. You know, we need to talk to him. If we can lock him up as a team of three, then we're going to be set no matter like what else happens.
So there were a lot of team changes going on behind the scenes. And that's where I was approached by Nameless and Aches, and they said they were starting a team and they were looking towards Apathy, and they also wanted to team with me.
As time went on, the FaZe situation progressed, and we were in a situation where we were like, okay, can we get Enable? If we can get Enable, do we want Enable?
At first, I didn't know what to say because this was pretty soon after the championship event, and the new game, which is out now, you know, it was two and a half months from release. But I realized that if I didn't take that offer, then I might not get another offer like that and be stuck in the same situation I was in. So I just decided to take it and go from there.
And then it just kind of came down to like Enable versus Assault, weighing the pros and cons. And as a team, we decided like Enable's the best fit. And that's how we decided on Evil Geniuses. So once we solidified our team of four, we basically went out and we were like, well, what's going to be the best home for us? What's the best fit for us? Who's going to provide what we really need? With EG having the Xfinity Training Facility, it was major key for us that we had a situation where we could all get together before events and, you know, live here in general. And that was a big deciding factor of why we chose to be with Evil Geniuses.
And I thought it was a great idea. You know, I think team houses, if used the right way, are a great, like, super important tool, to be honest, for a lot of teams. It just helps build chemistry and real relationships with your teammates, which I mean, I think that affects a lot when you're going into these tournaments, because you get into a lot of those situations, without going too far off topic, where you really need that chemistry. And sometimes you just don't get it if you're just like getting on every day from your own house and playing with your teammates who are 1,000 miles across the US.
With the industry in competitive Call of Duty growing, they treat their players extremely well, and you know, they want to have the best team, and they're serious about it, and that was super important for us. And another thing for me, I was on Evil Geniuses in the past, back in 2014, had a lot of success, loved the brand. It was just a no-brainer.
It's funny because I've known Ty for, you know, almost a decade now, so it's crazy how things do come full circle, because I grew up playing Halo even before I was a professional Halo player, even before, you know, I knew that I could compete at these events. I grew up playing Halo, and, you know, I met Towie, I think through like matchmaking, you know, Halo 2, Halo 3 matchmaking. I saw his name, and, you know, after a while, once Halo started to fall off, we kind of lost touch, and I really didn't talk to him that much. And then to see him like come back into my life with what he's doing with Evil Geniuses is pretty awesome, because, you know, it's been a couple of years, And to really have someone a part of the organization that I've known for so long, it makes it way better and more fun because the relationship is there. And I mean, life is crazy.
And another big reason for us is, you know, we heard about, you know, the Evil Geniuses Halo situation and that it was coming to an end and that Talia was moving into Call of Duty full time. And that was super important for us. All of us have personal relationships with him, have known him for 5+ years. And, you know, to have a guy that you know like that, to be working with you on a day-to-day basis it just makes things so much easier on you, and it relieves so much stress where you know you got someone to count on that's here daily with any need you need, that he can take care of it. So that was big for us.
The Xfinity Training Facility is amazing. I think the most important thing is how good the internet is here. It's 1 gig speed, which nowadays with how important online competition is, especially before any big major LAN events, you really don't want to be at any disadvantage. So having that is super important.
So I personally had not seen much footage of the house previously, and I talked to Nameless about it. So when I got here, I was blown away. They just remodeled the entire interior for the boots on the ground theme, and it's actually insanely sick. Every room downstairs and upstairs is basically painted blue with Evil Geniuses in the World War II theme. We also have massive TVs. I hope you can see in the background that we chill on late at night and watch TV. You know, the house kind of blew me away. It's got all the space we need, all the equipment we need, which is really important. And there's really nothing that I need to do other than wake up, game, and repeat. So my move-in date here at the EG Xfinity Training Facility was a little delayed. I got here the night of release for World War II. I drove up from North Carolina. It was took me about 13 hours. I got here on the night, and then it was rough getting all set up, getting the game downloaded, and then jumping into a game. I think I played 2 games on like the release night. I was so tired. Woke up the next day. We grinded all day, and it's basically been like that since.
I honestly think World War II is a great game. I think there's been quite a few problems from the launch and a couple bugs, but the base of the game is really solid. And I think as long as Michael Condrey and his team fix some of those minor issues, we're gonna have a great year. And I think the viewership is gonna be amazing, so I can't wait.
We haven't missed a day of practice. We've been playing 8+ hours a day. The game feels great. There's a lot of small things that I think if Sledgehammer fixes, it'll be like a top 3 Call of Duty of all time, which is awesome because we've been dealing with jetpacks for 3 years and we're back to that, you know, boots on the ground style that we all love. Other than that, I mean, the game just feels good. We're loving it and we're having a good time.
We didn't do as well as we expected in this past week's 2K. You know, we practiced a lot since the release. The first 2K was only a week after the game came out, so everything is still new. Everyone's still learning. And our problem was we kind of put too much emphasis on the respawn game types and not as much in the search and destroy.
I felt like we came in pretty prepared with the exception of search and destroy, which kind of bit us in the butt in the end. We ended up getting 17th through 32nd, which, I mean, it wasn't really like that upsetting to us in a sense that we know we shouldn't have got beat. We lost 2 SNDs and 1 hardpoint, all off host, and it's hard when you're, you know, 3 in Chicago and we're getting a host that's across the country. And we just weren't as prepared for S&D as we would have liked to be.
It was kind of disappointing for sure because you want to start off strong, even though it's not necessarily like a major event. It's an online tournament, but it's super important for the rest of the year.
It's a minor setback. We're not really stressing it too much because we're comfortable in our ability. Our scrims have been going extremely well. You know, we've been playing, like I said, 6-7 hours a day nonstop. Scrimming the best teams that there are to play.
So we have to get better, and we know that. And this week going into the next 2K, we're really going to focus on just minimizing our respawn mistakes, but as well as going over search and destroy more in depth, and really just learning how to play search and destroy as best as we can in this new game.
You know, 17th to 32nd kind of set us back in the pro point standings, but we have 2 more 2Ks to make up for it, and I think we're all confident that we'll be able to do that. Other than that, you know, Dallas is 3 weeks out, or 3.5 weeks out, I believe, and you know, we're getting as much practice as I think anyone else in the game might be. We might be like the top 1 and 2 teams in terms of amount of hours spent so far gaming together.
And we're gonna go, you know, go hard every single day, put at least 8 hours a day into it, and you know, go from there. And hopefully, we get a better placing in the next 2K.
Yeah, we gotta make a go. I'm here. One in the middle. I'm coming with you guys. I'm gonna work a pick here. We're at their side. Keep their side. Keep their side. Our flank is open.
Definitely a guy their side.
I'm putting a molly down. Try to
Yeah,
put
I'm
You could get flanked any moment. Mid. Back their side.
Planning.
Ad's planning, nice. Ad's planning.
I'm mollying him. Back their side. He's mollied. We 5 bomb.
27
You're gonna
seconds.
have to try to plant. Alright, we have to push him, dude. He's weak. He's weak in dark. Back
running away.
Explosive on the move.
You gotta kill him on me. Gotta plant it. I am.
Explosive on the move.
No, man.
There's nothing I could do.
Oh, but we got 1v3 twice because of dumbass challenges,
We got
man.
1v3 twice.
I mean, both those times.
I mean,
I got
dude,
punched.
the one that
So our first big match of the 2K was the round of 16 playing 4 top 8 versus E6. You know, we were confident in playing E6. We kind of saw that we would early on. You know, they have a weird split where they're like 2 Central, 1 Cali, 1 Texas, I think. We went down 0-2 early. We really choked the search and destroy game 2 though. That should have been a for sure win. This is our first experience going down 0-2 as a new team, and you know, it really, you want to see kind of how your team reacts, and I was super happy with how we reacted. You know, none of us got down. We were all just kind of like, look, man, map by map, we can definitely bring this back.
Oh my God. Let's go. 4, 3, 3. That's me.
They're gonna spawn out light.
No, he's back to
Stay
me.
alive. Stay alive.
I got him.
Nice, got him. I'm coming. Throw the ball down. I can come nade.
In front of you guys, second hard point.
If you want to,
Let's pitch you ladder. He's one shot general.
Nice.
I'll kill our flank. I'll kill flanker. Got him.
Got me. One shot on portal. One shot on portal. Got him.
Nice.
I'm holding it right.
He's in fire. Last guy's in fire. He's in fire.
Good
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, decimate.
Game 3, we really turned it up. I think we won the gridiron on our host. Game 4 was a hard point off host, and you know, it was Gibraltar's not one of our strongest maps. And you know, I mean, we weren't worried, but we knew we had to play really good to ensure that win. We made a sick comeback. We got super hyped toward the end of the game, and you always love to see that when you're playing it. You know, your teammates all getting hype around you.
So we can heal. Top hill. One shot top hill.
You gotta rotate, guys.
I know. I was stuck at the hill. You guys gotta run.
I'm hitting right now. I can't.
Yeah, we're rotating. That's fine.
Nice. That's big kill though. That's, yo, we coming off.
App go.
I spawned cliff.
He's in you.
I'm gonna throw it.
Go.
Laying down. One shot app.
Only one I knew.
He's one shot in hill. Their side.
Laying down.
I nade it. He's in the hill. He's dead.
I'm getting time. I got time. Got him. I'm staying down. I'm staying down. Let's go, baby.
Alright, we host last map too. Let's go.
Yo, what was the score of that?
250, 230.
What was it?
250, 230. Good app. Good hill time, baby.
Game 5, man, we went down 1-4. It was S&D on USS Texas. It was looking grim for a bit. We rallied a few round wins, and then I got full streaks in the end, and we shut it out. It was like a flawless comeback. We were down 1-4, 5 rounds straight, shut them out.
Let's go round by round, guys.
Yeah, no, we're good. Let's go. Go. There's a huge round. Bomb or no?
No, I don't know where. He's one on bomb now. I'm bomb now.
Abstaining.
One's low A. Our low A.
Low it. Yeah, low it. I got him.
One's on bomb.
I'm one hit, App. I cannot help you.
Clear right, Bab.
Nice.
That's a big yeah, that's a big round. Listen, he's gonna have the fighter
calls,
pilot
Pat.
still.
I'm
Yeah, 20 seconds.
I'm with you.
He's back. I have
He's
your
low.
guys.
He's low.
One shot. Got him.
Or,
No,
yo,
there's
one
one
more
more.
bottom mid. I got him.
One more. I
I got
think one more low hop.
You guys got
Checking.
I've help.
Yeah, he's on the stairs. One shot. Got him. Let's go.
One shot. Got him. I got flanked. These are steps. 8 steps.
I'm one hit. I'm one hit.
I'm good. Just play like.
I'm playing for you.
Dash on me.
Nice. Last guy's on it.
Check bomb.
Bomb's good. Ian, just play your life.
Bomb's good. Play your life.
I got check.
Check bomb, Ian or Ant.
Got it?
No.
Oh, no, he's talking to me. He's 8 steps. Let's go.
Let's go. I got full streaks, baby.
Let's go. Come on.
There's 2 in their base. I got 1. There's 2 bottom mid. Or top their window. I got 2 another one. Top their window. We got this. 4v2. Everyone stay up. I got a mortar.
Oh, he came out bottom mid. Our bottom mid. He's going 8 steps.
Nice. Last guy's bottom mid. One shot. Nice. Let's go, baby. Yo. 4-1, baby. Dude, I was 0-5, dog. 0-5.
We all got super hyped after that. I remember Ant running upstairs, dapping me up, like yelling. We were all super hyped because we needed that to ensure that we had a chance to get pool play at Dallas. The next matchup we had was versus Envy for top 4. They again had another West Coast player, 2 Central, 1 East. First map, I believe we lost by 3 points, off host, but by 3 points. It was a nail biter. They came back a little bit. We kind of choked it. We should have won that one. Game 2 wasn't really close. I think we won like a 6-2 S&D. Game 3 was off host again. It was a CTF, and game 4, you know, we blew it away. Like, it was a hard point on our host, and we had it the whole time. I think we got up by like 80 points, and then just kept making small minor mistakes.
around the right.
We can do this easy.
Just stay maybe from middle.
In the back. In the back. No, one shot in the back.
Just one shot in hill.
We're good. Nick's close. There's two there. In the far back hurt. I spawned out front. Nice two.
In front of me.
One kid in hill, one's in the back.
I need your right. I need your hand.
Yeah.
Stay on the left side. Stay on the heady end.
Yeah, I'm nading deep. I naded deep.
I have your cut. I got it. I got naded.
I said I naded deep. Oh.
We're good. Nice. Yo, we gotta rotate.
Yeah,
You guys
hit that.
one play corner. Yo, I think
Give it
it's
up,
arches.
give it up, guys.
Yo, it's arches.
I think they're rotating. They're rotating. We can do
I
this.
got shot from arches.
You guys still have you guys still have
I'm giving this time up.
I got him. I got him. They know I'm here.
I gave the time up.
He's holding it. No, he's holding it. From their side.
One shot dead.
We can heal. Gotta get to the hill. I gotta go mid.
Oh, he's deep green.
I need over. Middle.
Need reinforcements.
I got mid.
Man.
Should have rotated for that next hill, man.
I mean, the problem was there was 12 and we got naded and he was by himself in a 1v1.
As far as losing that match, it wasn't like a big deal for us. We obviously wanted to win, but we kind of knew we beat ourselves in the end, and we feel like we're a better team. I think our whole team's in a pretty happy position that we're confident we're going to get it, especially with how we played this past 2K and the improvements we made in Search and Destroy specifically from week 1 to week 2. So basically, we're just going to grind out this week, not slow up, and make a cool play for MLG Dallas.